6 people in here, nice.
I guess I'll just wait till you get home.
Gonna wait for more people. Another 2 minutes still. Or 1 minute now, I should say, till we begin. Got 1 minute left, everyone, and we'll start. Okay, everyone, time to begin. Let me stop this music now. Perfect, no. Nice. Okay, everyone, so for those of you guys who are new, my name is Kyle, or FBI. I am one of the owners of Royal Market Burglars, and this is Sunday Stock Talk. And again, if you are new to this, what this is I basically just go over what I think could happen for the week and what I see in my setups and what I'm looking at. And I give you guys like an overall outlook of what could potentially happen for the most part. So right now we are looking at ES. For those of you guys who do not know, ES is the same thing as SPY, or it's the same thing that way. It's SP 500. So when we look at ES, we're also looking at SPY or SPX. So right now, ES opens up at 6 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday since they are futures, and we have moved. We opened up at 4206, guys. So we opened up at 4206, and then we made a drop downwards to around our previous low, retesting that resistance level there, almost resistance level there, 1 point off, like about 0.25, 0.2 ticks off, I'd say. No, not 0.2 ticks. 2 ticks off, so 0.5 off from hitting there. And then we came right back up. We started making a nice consolidation zone, nice little form, and then a bull flag form there for the nice pop-up where it's getting some nice momentum here. Same thing. But then we hit up here. We started hitting these levels again, and then we started dropping right back down. And now we hang out right here at our open 5-minute clothesline. So, what does that mean? Well, not much has happened actually. So, what I'd be looking at is I'm looking for a main break over 42.2275. This level right here, if we can get a break back up where it's above here, I would like to see this at least try and form one more new high at around 42.38 here, which would be nice to see. But if we manage to break above 42.22.75 and we get a rejection at 42.24.5 or 0.75, I would say, then we should see consolidation form there, and then if we drop right back below that 422.78 level or 75 level again, we should see 42.15.75, then 42.06.75, and then we should see 41.95, which would be 3.8. What's 3.8? Which would be last Tuesday's value area low. So we can reach last Tuesday's value area low. That'd be kind of deadly to see here down here. I mean, we did do that Friday, so it's not entirely, like, not possible for us to do it again, you know? And especially here, so we filled this volume, this low volume here from this move downwards that we were getting. we built up that volume here showing right in between here and here, which is cool. That's why I'm saying we need that breakout above here to continue back up into this value area from Friday. So that's what I'd like to see occur, but then again, we have these levels here, so that's why I'm also looking for a downside push. And again, if we can get that downside push and we break below these levels here, below last Tuesday's value area low, we're going to go back to see 4180 again, 4180.73, and then we'll see 4138.69, which is where 40, yeah, which is all the way down here. 4130. 4138.69, so that's 4138.75, 4138.5 range right here that we got to look at, that we could potentially hit, because I mean we have also hit it before in the past back, or almost hit in the past back for like right here. Almost hit it there. We actually did hit it here. Yeah, last Tuesday we did hit that. So then if we manage to break that level, guys, it's going to get real deadly, and then we're going to start to see 4111. 4111 flat, and then if we manage to, oh my god, guys, if we manage to break 4111 flat, we're going back down to 4070. Like, I mean, let's check out ES on the 1 hour. Got it, like 47. That's all the way down here. If we manage to break down all the way down here, what levels are we going to be even getting near? We're going to be getting near. What are we going to be near? We'd be near this range here. Yeah, that's that value area low I'm talking about. But yeah, if we break that, we're just dropping hard until... I mean, at that point, it's just free fall, guys. At that point, it's just going to be a free fall until we can see... Let's see here. We gotta go all the way back. It would be a free fall all the way down until I'd say roughly like 40.29, 40.30 for ES. So I'm going to mark that as a major level for me to look at. I'm going to make this bold, different color too. We're going to make it green, and thick. Okay, there we go. Big level to look at. Right down here, and then anything below there, we are seeing right back down to this range here, this zone. So then I would be looking at a zone from here to here. And this is where we could see a potential bottom occur if we break all of these levels. Right in between 39.80 and 39.34 range here, we could see a bounce occur. Yeah, because if we get that bounce, that's going to be right here. But this drop could like take another month or so to happen, another month or two to occur. So this is for like not just this week, but like for the overall rest of what could happen, guys. So be on the lookout for that, because again, these levels that we're talking about breaking, if we see those levels break, then these other levels that I'm talking about could potentially happen in the coming days. So we have to be very careful with that. But again, if we manage to bounce off any of those important major levels there, then we should to see some more consolidation occur. We need a positive catalyst. We need something good to come up. I believe Jerome Powell is speaking this week, so we could see how that goes. But other than that, I don't see much for us to continue upwards, or to even try to attempt going upwards, unless this whole war situation and everything starts calming down too. So we just have to be on our toes for that. But yeah, so that's my ES outlook on what I'm looking at. For my upside, I haven't explained my upside actually yet for the most part, but yeah, if we do manage to break above this 42.22 level, 0.75 level here, and we can see 42.38.84, I'd look for some consolidation to occur between 42.38.75 and 42.27.75. Any consolidation with that is good consolidation for a potential momentum push back upwards to around 42.53, 42.55. And then if we can break above that, we should see 42.66 to 42.72. That would be our next level to look for before we have to start to fill volume up here again. So be on the lookout for that. But that's my ES outlook. Let's see. What other stuff am I looking at? Oh yeah, guys, for those of you guys who don't know as well, I bought Unusual Whales Flow. I really like it, so if you have the chance to tune into live chat, that will be live for you guys to see, as well as me like charting and stuff like that. And I do call out unusual stuff that I see occur. Like for Friday, it was very nice to use. And for the day before that, it's actually already paid for itself. Like it's super cheap. It's like 40 bucks. It's so nice and it's already paid for itself off what I've been able to see from it. So I highly recommend if you haven't to get that. If you want my referral code, I can give that out to you. But what else I will be looking at is Snapchat here. Snapchat, we're nearing the 26.28 level again. If we can fill this gap here to, again, 26.28, we should see a bounce occur. If not, if Snapchat breaks that 26.28 and gets back down to 24.54, this could go back down to 20, in my opinion. But if this can get back above 32.17, it should make a nice push upwards to 33.73 before making an attempt back upwards to 36.68 and then 39. Boeing. I've been looking at Boeing for quite some time now. It made a really nice rebound off of this 78.6 fib level here. And now we're just bouncing off of these micro fib levels that I have going on. But we did consolidate right here at the not consolidate. We did reject off of the 261.8 level here on the micro, and then the 100 level here on the major fib level. So that is a major level for us to look for here. And then we did reject, and now we are below this 161.8 extension level. So what I would like to see occurs for us to bounce at roughly 172.5, 173.68 before making another before trying to make another push back upwards to 177.41. If we can't manage to hold that and we can break down, then I'm looking for Boeing to go to 170. What else was I going to look at? AMD. AMD, this is what I wanted to show you guys. Let's maximize the sell here. Bring this out some. So, let me use the 4-hour actually. Nice. So AMD, of course, had that beautiful breakout occur. We did form highs here. Head and shoulders pattern occurred for the drop downwards below the neckline here. Did start creating some structure for the move down here. And we moved up, and now we moved back down. Created a higher low, a new lower low, higher low. Now getting some consolidation here. This is also right at this level. We are sitting right here, and we have bounced off there multiple times. We do have a level right here. We have that zone. I'm gonna activate this and stretch it out some more. Up there. Interesting. That sits perfectly between those two levels there almost. Let's see, honestly. The more I look at it now, I was looking at it last week and I thought this was looking nice, but the more I look at it now, we do have a downtrend forming. Right here. So we are kind of forming this like wedge. We're forming this trend. And if we break below 102, 103, we should see 100. And if we get down to 100, this is going to continue to drop down to this could continue like downwards all the way back down at 90 roughly, maybe even lower. So that's something I really don't want to see this touch. The 74.83 level here, I really don't want to see that touch really. But it could potentially happen. it could really happen if we touch right back down here again once the semiconductor chip shortage is finished. Indy could go right back down here. Let's see though. But yeah, anything below 103, look for 100. Below 100, start looking for these. Start looking for those to start free falling and trying to find some new support at around like 97, I'd say first, and then start looking for some new support at 95 to 94, 94.80 would be your next levels to look for before hitting that 75 level I was talking about, that 74.83 level. For the upside though, if this can manage to break above 105 and hold above 105, I would like to see this continue to push above 106.75, 107.57, and make a push right back upwards to 108.98, 110 potentially. I would really like to see this back at 110. But yeah, there's that one that I want to look at. What else was I looking at that I wanted to see? Was it Veil, I think? Yeah, Veil. Veil has had some unusual dark pull come into it lately, so I want to be on the lookout for this one. Anything above 1966 with some volume, this could potentially run upwards, so that's what I want to look for. I'm not really going to look much for a downside push anywhere. Really just want to see momentum occur. So that's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for the move upwards above 19.67. Yeah, so, oh yeah, let me explain why. So we get that push above 19.67, and then let's look for 23.44, which is previous highs here, where we did consolidate at. If we can see that level again, well, first we'd have to break 2105. If we break 1907, then we got to break 2105 first, and then we'll look at 2318. Those higher levels. But right now, let's check out ES again. Let's see what's going on. So ES is starting to curl back upwards to try and break above that 4222.75 level. So let's see if we can get that break upwards occur. But yeah, let's see. Julian Del Toro. I just on UW Sundays TikTok. They also spoke about Snap. Nice. Do you want to share what they said about Snapchat? You can type it down below. But yeah, I honestly have Snapchat in, like, I mean, let me actually look more into detail on Snapchat on this with my TPO chart and everything. Yeah, so see, there is some nice volume that is forming down here, but like, if it does, so it looks like this 29.5 level is a floor for Snapchat, and if it breaks that 29.5 level, this should go back down to 28.78 and then 27.51 to fill these. See where there's just like no volume on any of this right here? We're gonna have to fill that, and like that's what it's been doing so far here. It's been filling all of that with these moves. Let me maximize this, see if I can get it all into one. I can almost get it all into one view. But yeah, see that right there? We kind of need to fill this. Like, we're almost there. We're at 29.86 right here, so we filled all of this move so far. We just got to continue down to here to 27. We got to fill down to here, and then we'll be fine. But yeah, so for Snapchat, that's what we got to look at just for that volume. We got to look for this. I'd be looking for a bounce to occur around here, which lines up perfectly with the 161.8 level. But yeah, that's what I'd be looking at for Snap. Because it could, like, I mean, if it goes back down to 27.54, that's a nice $2 plus move. And I mean, what did I say that we needed to break again? I was talking about that we needed to break 29.78 for that to occur. So yeah, so let's see if we can get that break occur. What was that $40 thing you just talked about? I missed it briefly. What $40 thing? Sorry. Rose time at where it could potentially go to $40. I mean, the only way I see it going to about $40 is if we can catch nice momentum above $35. That's what I want to see occur. But again, we need to fill this, in my opinion, so that's why I'm looking for more of a push to the downside to fill this gap here that we got going on here. Because you see how this gap occurs right there? Like, look at that. Like, here's the first move downwards, there's the gap down there, and then we start making our bounce back upwards. That's what this is right here. This is that move upwards, this candle from here to here. That's what this is showing. It's showing all of that. So we need to fill all the way back down here before we see any sort of push. But yeah, does anyone else have any ticker symbols they want me to look at or anything like that? I've talked about AMD, I've talked about Snapchat, we talked about Vail, we talked about ES, Boeing. If you guys have any other ones you want me to look at, feel free to type them down below. So just type down any ticker symbols you want to type down below, guys, that you want me to look at. Let's see. Let's see what ES is doing. Yeah. Let's see what ES is doing here. So now ES is currently forming that consolidation between these two levels here. We are trying to get that push upwards occur. Mike Fall, want me to look at QQQ? I can look at QQQ. I'm also going to look at NQ though too, because I have levels here for NQ. Oh, actually I don't, just kidding. They're on QQQ. QQQ, here they are. Okay, cool. So, we got our... Sorry, I thought you were talking about a subscription that... Oh, yeah, the subscription that paid for itself. Yeah, I was talking about unusual whales flow. It basically just shows me flow that comes into the markets, and it helps me determine where big money is going. It's really cheap. And $40, I was able to see some flow that I thought that, like, I wouldn't be able to tell. Like, on Friday, I saw, like, a bunch of Amazon puts come in. I saw a bunch of Apple puts, Boeing puts come in at one point, and SPY puts. So when I saw like the $1 million SPY puts on 0 days come in, I knew someone knew something, so I entered them as well, and I made money on them. And that play alone paid for the subscription itself. And then again, I found some for AMD puts, and I played some AMD puts that made money as well. Signaled those ones for you guys that you guys saw. But yeah. So let's look at QQQ here. We have QQQ on the 4-hour display, so QQQ is still dropping. There is currently 95% sellers going on QQQ as of the close on Friday, which is very strong. It is near this consolidation level here, which is something that we have to pay attention to. If this continues to drop downwards and hit 325.57, this could get a move back downwards to 325.09, and then if 325.09 can't hold, which is kind of right by this point of control for March 8th, this little zone here, then we are actually currently below it. So if we can make we closed below it, but since we're moving upwards in futures, we are currently above it. So if we manage to break down and get back below here again, we should see 323.88 again before we see 321.16 occur. And 321.16 occur, then it's 319.7. And after 319.7, it gets deadly, and we start seeing 314, 307, 296 potentially. That's when it gets very scary. Let's see, in a pattern form though, let's see, what does it look like? There's really not even a pattern going on either. It's just consolidation right now between 336.25 and down here. So we got to be careful with that. Yeah, we have to be really careful with that, actually. I'm still looking at all of this stuff. Let me see the flow real fast. Let's see what the flow is saying. For QQQ, what was coming in? Get rid of that range. We'll make this do 100,000 in premium. Okay, so the flow was almost double that from the put side to the put side. So we have to be very careful with that. So there was a ton of put flow that came in on Friday. I mean, like, let me see here. What was one of the main ones that occur? 318. There's a lot of 318, 320 puts coming in and 330s. So there was a ton of those coming in. Let's see where the big ones are at. 1.5 million and 320 puts for March 31st. What do we have here? Yeah, same thing. March 31st, 320 puts, 1.2 million. All bearish. All the big money is bear right now, guys, so pay attention to that. Even though we are moving up in futures currently, we could see a push downwards. But yeah, we have to be very careful with that. So with that being said, I see these lower, what was it that I was saying? 320s were being? Yeah, 330s. 330s were the main ones. Let's check that out real fast. So people are buying in the monies up here, 330s. There were some 329s I saw coming in, a couple 320s. So this could, if we see 320 again, guys, be very careful with that. I'm gonna pay attention to flow, and if it can flip to some bullish activity, that could be a nice sign for us to hold support here. But if there's no flow that comes in that shows that there's any bullish momentum or anything going on or sentiment, then this is honestly going to keep going down to 314.31 and then 307.64. Let me check out Bank of America for you. Bank of America. So this has continually dropped over time. Back, it did gap down here. It did actually gap down. We do want to see that. I can just already tell by looking at this like that. We do want to see it to hold above 40. We need it to hold above 40 here because this is 3.7's value area high. So if we can hold above that, we should see some nice consolidation form here before another move occurs. But if we can't hold above 40, we could potentially see 39.4 to 39 again to 38.4. If this can manage to hold at this actual current level that it's sitting at, and then break above 40.65, then this should see 40.81, then 41, then 41.2, and then 41.5. So that's kind of something I don't like. There's so much resistance to the upside here on Bank of America. So one thing that I know is stocks tend to go to the easiest path, the path of least resistance. So right now, the path of least resistance is downwards. There's not much here holding us from going downwards. However, there is a lot holding us from going up. So we have to keep that in mind when we're looking at this. There is currently a lot holding us from keeping up, so we have to be very careful with that. But all in all, if Bank of America can break back above 41.4, it should see a nice move back upwards to 42.26 and then 43.55. That would be the move to look for Bank of America. But it also moves very slow, so be careful with that. Yes, sir. Of course. If anyone else has any other tickers they want me to look at, feel free to type them down. give it like another minute or so if no one has any tickers they want me to look at. Alright, I think no one has any other tickers they want me to look at, so I will be ending the stream. But thank you for everyone who did tune in, and I will see everyone tomorrow. Actually, oh wait, let's see, someone just said something. Do you use fibs to create your levels? It seems like it. Any other ways? Yeah, I use fibs a lot. I also use supply and demand, but I mean, supply and demand, fibs, and just support and resistance levels in general. Like, I mean, that's what the volume profile here is here. It shows me volume based on price rather than on time. So rather than seeing the time that the volume occurred at, like, okay, we can see here that on 3.7, this was the most volume. We can see here that, okay, well, at 3.7 volume, there was a lot of volume, but it wasn't in anywhere particular. It was just strong volume in general through this entire move down. However, we can see here on this one, where it says, okay, there was 76 million volume on this day. We can see here, okay, well, at 38.6, this is where the most volume occurred at. So we can consider that a major level. And if we look at this, I mean, it all lines up perfectly. Like, look at here from the past 3 days. Here's the value area low from 3.9. It sits at 40.27. That's right here, like right around there, like 40.27, right here. This is exactly where it sits. I'll even set a line there to show you how well of a support level it is. So like, look at this. It's held this level really, really nicely. And so this is why I like to use it, is because it shows me these levels like here, where, okay, this is a very strong level for us to bounce off and support, and where we have support. So I know that if we break this, we're just going to continue to free fall because there's no volume anywhere here. You like that volume profile in each daily that on my right screen right here that I have, or on my left? My right, I assume you're talking about. But I mean, to also answer your level about fibs, I mean, like, fibs are very, very strong. Like, let me show you something. So I got these levels before we even hit here, guys. Like, I knew SPY would drop around here. I saw that it would go around here and consolidate because I got my levels from fibs. I got my levels through fibs, and I could see exactly where we would try and move up to and consolidate at. And I mean, if we look at these, they're pretty damn accurate. Until we break up here, and of course I don't have any other levels. But I love fibs. Like, they're very strong and very crazy to look at. And if you use them properly, they are insanely good. My left side, you like my left side here? So I can create a whole video on how to make this in Thinkorswim if you use Thinkorswim. I can put that out by like the end of today, maybe. Or not, maybe end of tomorrow actually would work better for me. But yeah, I can get that out and show you guys how to make it. But does anyone else have any other questions or anything they want to ask? Okay, cool. It seems like people want that. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely make a video on how to set it up in Thinkorswim. Does anyone else have anything they want me to look at? Potentially. Okay, I'll give it another minute if no one has anything or any questions they want to ask. I'll end the stream. So ask any questions you have or anything you want to say now. Great presentation. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay, it looks like no one has any other tickers or questions they want to ask. So on that note, I am going to end the stream. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your Sunday, and I will see you all tomorrow. If you are a member, if you are not a member, please make sure to become a member. I mean, like, it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it if you become a member, and you especially have the time to join our voice chat. You will gain so much knowledge through our voice chat. And I mean, I go live like this every day in voice chat for people to see my charts and hear my explanations. I give live callouts. I mean, you can come in, there's me, Royal, we have a bunch of people in there who talk about the day and what could potentially happen and what we see occurring in any news. So, if you are not a member, please become a member of us. We'd love for you to join. And if you are, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good one.